From the East Tennessee Weather Center, here's your evening weather update with meteorologist Mike Witcher.
Incredible amounts of rain has fallen around parts of East Tennessee. Not everybody got in on that activity, but the mountain counties, we've still got some flash flood warnings ongoing, flood watches that are ongoing, and the clouds and the rain kept our temperatures on the cooler side. We only made it into the 70s, but McGee-Tyson Airport picked up over 2 inches of rainfall. That's really going to help out the average monthly rainfall officially at McGee-Tyson Airport. Picked up half an inch in Crossville, half an inch in Chattanooga, and over an inch and a half in the Tri-Cities area. We also had a tornado from last night. If you recall, we were doing tornado coverage through my cell phone because I didn't have any power at the studio yesterday, but thanks to a whole home generator that's being installed from City Heat and Air. But the National Weather Service went out and surveyed the damage. It was 250 yards wide. It tracked about 6 miles just outside of Sneedville. So here's Sneedville. You've got Rock Hill there, and it traveled right there along the Alder Road area between right there towards Livesay. So again, 250 yards, but it was an EF1, so winds were anywhere from 86 miles per hour to 110 miles per hour. All right, we do have a high wind watch that's been issued by the National Weather Service. This runs all the way through tomorrow night, starts tomorrow night, running through Friday morning. We're talking about incredible amounts of wind associated with what will be likely still Tropical Storm Helene as it moves ashore. Lower elevations, we're talking about winds upwards of 20 to 30 miles per hour, gusting to 50. And in the mountains, we could see winds gusting to greater than 70 miles per hour. This is what it looks like in the big picture, okay? Here comes Helene, moving its way from south to north through Georgia. These are wind gusts, and this is all model data, but you can see the center of circulation is going to move right over Chattanooga and right over East Tennessee. That is going to produce incredible amounts of wind, not to mention we do have a saturated ground at that point of the game, likely for most areas, so toppled trees and power outages will be the best bet with that. I do imagine that Friday is going to be on the rough side thanks to the wind. And then Helene moves its way off to the west-northwest. So the wind will begin to relax on the backside of that and will begin to dry out Friday night and into our Saturday. This is kind of the big picture story with it. Here comes Helene. Look at all the rain that's still going to be mobbing our area all the way through Thursday and Friday. But then by Friday night, the rain moves its way on out. The winds begin to relax, and that will leave us with improving conditions for our Saturday and Sunday. We do have that flood watch. It's actually been extended now until 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday with some flash flood warnings out there continuing. And the waters are rising as well. So we've already seen quite a bit of rainfall. You can see the heaviest rain was across the eastern sections. The western sections of East Tennessee, not nearly as much. But again, the story is not over. But because we've had so much rainfall, we talk about places like the Pigeon River and Newport, okay? And we're expected this to crest at 11.5 feet. Well, that puts us in moderate to just edging so close to major flooding. So if you're joining us from Newport, you live right around the Pigeon River, keep in mind, Thursday afternoon into Friday morning, we're expecting that peak crest right around 2 o'clock in the morning on Friday. Then we also have the French Broad River that always floods when we get this much rainfall, also in Newport. Currently, we're at 2 feet, so not too terribly bad. But the forecast is 15 feet, which would put us 1 foot shy of moderate flooding. So we're talking about minor to moderate flooding in Newport, also associated with the French Broad River. So we are looking at copious amounts of rain to continue, and that's going to continue overnight tonight. Again, batches of light to moderate and even heavier downpours are expected, especially across the mountain counties and upper East Tennessee. So it is going to continue to be the eastern sections of East Tennessee that get the majority of the rain overnight tonight. It's going to be a rather soggy and slow-going start to the day. We've already had a lot of rising water. We've already had cars being stuck in some locations due to potential flooding. And low temperatures will dip down into the 60s. So it's going to be mild. We're going to stay in the low 70s. So below average weather is expected thanks to the clouds and the rain. And your Thursday forecast, heavy rain across upper East Tennessee. We're going to continue to see this fill in as Helene starts to track her way northward. The wind is going to start to pick up throughout the day on Thursday, and the rain will start to push its way a little bit further to the west. So again, if you live west of Interstate 75, while you've not seen as much rain as the eastern sections of East Tennessee, you're not out of the woods yet, and more rain is on the way throughout the day on Thursday. So through Thursday night, heaviest rain from Tri-Cities through Pigeon Forge. We'll start to see that fill in a little bit further to our west, and that's going to continue. There is the storm system at hand that we're talking about. That's going to continue to add insult to injury as it will continue to track its way northward. could become maybe a Category 3, a major hurricane for a brief moment in time, maybe making landfall as a Category 1 or a Category 2 as we get into late Thursday, early Friday, and then it races off to the north and northeast, and that's what's going to bring us all the wind. So elevated rain chances Thursday, Friday, but look at this. We're going to be a little bit drier as we get into our Saturday and Sunday, but when all is said and done, we're talking about incredible amounts of rain, all not just associated with Helene, but also the cold front that brought us the incredible amounts of rain that we saw throughout the day today. So we'll continue to hang on to those elevated rain chances, leading to elevated flooding and flash flooding risks around East Tennessee for our Thursday. We'll do it again on into our Friday, but as I mentioned, we'll see things quiet down as we get into our Saturday and Sunday. Temperature-wise, not too terribly bad. We're going to be a little bit closer to those seasonal averages as we round out the week and head into the upcoming weekend. And you've probably seen it online. You've probably heard me talk about it before, but I'll say it again. Download the East Tennessee Weather app. It's your one-stop shop for weather right here in East Tennessee. It's everything you need to know for weather here in East Tennessee. So get rid of that cell phone weather app and download it. It's 100% free. Interactive radar, watches and warnings, and of course your daily forecast weather updates by yours truly 3 times a day. So we sure hope you've had a great day. You're probably waterlogged, at least some of you anyways. Do travel safely if you're heading out and about later on this evening, as we have a lot of standing water and some ponding and puddling in some locations where we've had some flooding occurring. But just remember that more rain is going to be moving its way in tonight and tomorrow. We'll do it again on into our Friday. But improving conditions for high school football on Friday night, and we should have much better weather, very comfortable weather, and drier weather for the upcoming weekend. We sure hope you have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning for Wake Up with Witcher, started off at 7 o'clock in the morning. And remember that all East Tennessee weather platforms are updated by 6 a.m. Monday through Friday. We'll see you soon.